everyone. My name is Mayuri and I welcome you all to the Mayuri Kadambande show only at Wake Up Urban Nari channel where we discuss from law to grooming and from fitness to relationships, everything on one platform. I have a very special guest with us on board today, a guest who is a woman entrepreneur having more than 3 decades of experience in food and pharma manufacturing industry. She is an international speaker and a person with a proven track record in food safety audits. She is none other than Navita Pinto. Hi Navita.
Hi, Mayuri, and thank you very much for this wonderful introduction.
Oh, lovely.
I'm really thankful. Yeah, thankful for calling me to this show. Yeah.
It's lovely having you here, Navita. And the reason why I've invited you is because you have a very, very, very inspiring story, which most of the Naris should listen to it and they should get inspired by your journey. Because I know you have faced a lot of challenges in your life and yet you have made it till here. And this is what is really inspiring. And I think each and everyone should take this inspiration and keep moving forward. Your story will definitely guide a lot of women in the show who are watching this program.
Sure, definitely. And it would be really nice for me to share my story in brief. If I go back, I don't want to share from my story from last 30 years of my experience in the industry, but definitely a few highlights that I would want all the Naris to know. It's not just urban, even the rural Naris who are coming up in a big way in
Yes,
India.
yes, of course. So, Navita, first we would want to understand who Navita Pinto is and where do you come from?
Yeah, I am very much an Indian at heart, in soul, and brought up in Mumbai in a very middle class family. My father was a government servant, mother housewife, and we've been a family of all girls. We are three girls, so it's always been four ladies in the house, and my dad was the only one. And the culture in which we were brought up, was absolutely a very homely kind of culture. We were staying in a joint family. My grandparents were there. My grandmom was there with us till very recently. And so we had a lot of, we were rooted to our grounds, and there was nothing like the present day. I'm talking about, 50 years back, when there was no internet and there was no digital media to distract us. So the only favorite things that we really had was the bedtime stories that we had, or a game of cards or a game of board that we would, and that connection was always there. So that's been my childhood days. We were sent to good schools. That was one good thing, and I'm really grateful for my parents to that. And that's how we were brought up. And then we were in the suburbs of Mumbai, and then we came to the main city later on, and went to good colleges. And that was a time when we didn't have any options. We either after 12th you do your medical or engineering, or you end up doing your BSc, BA, BCom. That's it. These were the only five options left. And since I didn't get into medicine, I got into BSc microbiology, and that's how my journey started. So I had no idea what is microbiology, what is its implications in food or food safety or food industry. And uh, I just got in the course because I didn't qualify for medicine. I didn't want to try, nor did we have the resources to get with donation. And that's how I ended up doing my BSc, then went on to do my MSc and MBA. And I got into the food industry because of my liking towards food microbiology. Yeah.
Oh,
And my
wow.
journey started
So,
that way.
But that itself shows how the journey has been, because coming from a humble background and then trying to explore and find your own career. So usually, challenge where the challenges come is people coming from affluent families or people coming from renowned families. It is still easier for them because they get that background around them and the surrounding around them. However, coming from zero, or coming from a background where there are no businesses happening, no business families, and then coming from uh, a background where not a lot of people are into businesses, or the talks are not there, and then you have to explore everything on your own, and then running and moving ahead and stepping forward towards being a generation entrepreneur is again a challenge.
Yeah, definitely there were many challenges, but it's a long story which I would like to cut short, because as any other girl or a person who after post graduation or graduation look for some job, I was lucky enough to get an internship at Johnson and Johnson, and I learned a lot. It was just a 2 months internship, but that's when I decided, no, this is what I want to be in the manufacturing, where a lot of action takes place, product is manufactured, people are on all the time on their toes. Quality is a topic which is there on the head all the time. It's a big issue, and I had no clue as to how because there was a huge gap between the industry and whatever we did. And that's when I made up my mind that yes, if at all I have to make my career, it has to be in the manufacturing. And with my determination, and I would say my luck or whatever, I always ended up working in a manufacturing industry. So which was purely a male dominated at that time, and still it is to some extent today. But somehow, I continued with it, and as the luck would take me, after marriage, I moved to Dubai, and then my second innings after Mumbai started in Dubai. And I've been into manufacturing there as well. I worked with Nestle, which was into dairy, ice cream industry, and I was fortunate to get trained by the big wigs from Nestle from Switzerland, the technical heads, and then that's how it is that no, this is what I want to be, and I kept on persistently moving in the same direction. And I spent almost 30 years in the industry. In last year, I completed 30 years, and 2 years back is when I decided, no, now is the time I have to give back to the industry, who has given me so much of knowledge, so much of experience, and there's no point keeping it with me. So, whatever I can in my own way, I would like to give it back to the industry, to the society. And that's how Anna Brahma was born. And as you can see, the name in Sanskrit, Anna means food, Brahma is God, and that whatever we eat or drink is God. That's what it means, and that's how myself and one of my very dear friend who is also in the same industry, we set up this Anna Brahma.
Lovely. Now, Navita, tell us. I understand that there might have been challenges and starting up a new business is not easy. So, any specific incidents that you would like to share with us? Any incidents where you went to a stage where no, this is not working now, and I should quit Anna Brahma. I should quit my dream of Anna Brahma and go back. And then, what made you come back and bounce back and continue with Anna Brahma?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I left my job, the usually they say 9 to 5, but it was 9 to 9 for me, my last job. And again, I was in a very much comfortable zone. But there were such incidents which happened that I just got up, and it was my New Year resolution. I don't want to continue. And 1st of Jan 2019 is when I quit, and I gave my resignation. And second was my birthday, so I didn't go. First was a holiday. Second, I
Okay.
didn't go to office. Third, when I went, my boss was very annoyed, and yeah, because I had put in 7 years there, and I don't know, whatever the circumstances, I had made up my mind. And then I didn't know what to do. I had no clue what to do, but I didn't want to continue there. And when you say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, and this is exactly what happened. After when I came back, and then I started thinking, do I really need to work more now? Because I am energetic. I'm not young, but I'm energetic. That's what was there in my mind. And I didn't want to sit idle at home. I've never sat doing nothing. All the time, the mind is working continuously. So that's when I thought, okay, let me, unofficially, I was already into trainings. I used to give a lot of, whatever I could support to many of my customers, many of my, friends. And I said, okay, why don't I make that into my profession now? So I know there would be challenges and everything, but yes, that's when I decided. And Anna Brahma was born. I just went ahead, registered the company online, and started working. No idea how to position it, how to market it, how to really make it big. But I'm again, as you say, when you are really determined, all the forces in the universe come to really help you and support you. And this is what happened to me, that my very close friends, they came and they said, no, Navita, what you're doing is a very good thing. We are there to support. And I really met good people. And I would like to specially mention Dr. Deepa Prakash, who is my very good friend and my partner, who has been instrumental, a very, uh, uh, how would I say, very encouraging to me. And she's the one who said, nothing doing, we are doing this, and this is our baby, and we both have to take care of it. And this is how it was, Anna Brahma was born. And we started talking to people, and people believed in us because what we spoke was purely out of experience. So there was nothing like we are doing, especially going out of the way, doing business development, trying to catch, making a sale or making a deal. It was like, coming out of our heart. It was so, people could see that we speaking out of a passion, and they got immediately connected. And then, most of my business has come through referral as of now. So it's the relationships that I really value. So I don't see client as a client. It's only that, okay, he's a good friend who needs some help or support. And here I am. I'm there to give you a solution. And that's how I made wonderful friends in this industry. So that gives me real great satisfaction. So challenges are there. And especially during pandemic, there were a lot of many challenges, which we are still overcoming. But yes, we have found an alternate route, because again, Anna Brahma is not about, making money. It's about a passion, which we are giving to the industry, and that's doing wonders for us.
Lovely. This is so inspiring. And now this is where I think, when we talk about human relationships, businesses, so we are going back to basics. I think every relationship that we earn and how you are as a person, if it gets synchronized well, then that is the secret of anybody's success. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. So nothing, I would say there is nothing beyond relationships. So if you are able to relate with a person and really empathize with the person and provide him a solution, I think, you are sorted. You don't really have to run behind any business, because that's not what we are for, or any business for that matter. You
Absolutely.
do business, obviously. You want to do business, but not at the cost of, uh, uh, having bad kind of impressions or something like that. So that's what is very important, how you relate to a person. I just think for a moment, what if I was in that person's shoes, and if some salesperson come to me and talk to me that way, how would I react? So I exactly do the same way what that person is going through when I'm talking to that person, what he must be thinking about me, or what is his judgment about me or my services. And if that pleases me, I'm sure it pleases the other person. And that's how the approach has been all the time. So many a times we don't even talk about commercials, but we are already into business. That has been our level of commitment. So we then they say, okay, what about the commercials? Oh, we forgot about it. Okay, I will, whatever it is, what suits you. And that's how it is. As of now, it's that way. And I just hope, because God has been really kind, the industry has been kind. They come to us for solutions. Many a times we have, sometimes we try to pull in other experts and provide them. And in the process, we also keep learning. I keep learning. Every day is a learning for me. And that's what I've learned, I mean, the day I stop learning, probably I would, I don't know, I may go mad.
So, what are the three things, Navita, that you would like to suggest to our viewers here, and for women or naris who are planning to start their own venture?
Uh, First thing is, I would like to say, go with your dream. If you have a dream, don't keep it as a dream. Just work towards it. Work towards your dream. Keep the fire burning in you, and listen to your gut feeling. Listen to what your heart says. That's more important. Always listen to your heart, because that is the time when you know you will have the right answers for you. Right? There would be a lot of people who might, throw challenges at you, or maybe, try to shake your confidence. But be determined. One thing I would like to say, see, when we always say, behind every successful man, there is a woman. But here in this case, I would like to say, behind every successful woman, there is woman only, and that's she herself, right? Because unless she is behind her own conscious, or behind her own goals, it's not going to happen. So there are a lot many things a woman has to think, I have to do this and this and this and this. How it's possible? Because even I face these kind of dilemmas many a times, but no, I am determined. I know what I have to do. And that's what I would like to tell all the naris, all the ladies here, that they have to just listen to their conscious. If they are determined, nothing can shake them up. Mm. That's my message to all of them. Yeah.
Great, that was inspiring. Wow. I am so grateful that you have found time for us coming on this channel, Navita. I'm really grateful for giving us so much of time and giving such wonderful information for all our Naris. It was pleasure having you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayuri. Thank you for calling me and having you on your show. And I wish this channel all the best. Right? And I'm just really looking forward to all the wonderful Naris who would be here on your channel.
Thank you so much, Navita. That was really sweet. And my dear Naris, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this information because, like you and me, someone else also needs some good piece of content which can inspire and help build more women leaders for us and our society. So let's join our hands together and start working together towards our success because behind every successful Nari, there is an Ari. Yeah. So, all right. Do take care. Bye bye. And see you next time with one more inspirational Nari.